So much has moved on moving day of the second test between India and England. India started the day losing their openers without any runs added. They then had their number three, who's been feeling the pressure, score a century, which will feel like such a monkey off his back. It felt like India could swell their lead beyond 400. Eventually, England got wickets faster in the afternoon, set a target of 399, did India in the end, and England go into stumps on day three of the Vizag test, 67 for one, still 332 needed to win. It would be the highest successful chase on Indian soil if they were to get it. So it gives us a lot to ask Sanjay Manjrekar as we welcome him into the conversation on ESPN Cricinfo Match Day this Sunday. Sanjay, not too often that we see a test match going to its closing ebb with both teams feeling like they have a shout. And when we say that, that's acknowledging the impact of baseball, which is perhaps why England feel they are in with a shout.
Yeah, to the extent they are night watchmen as well, plays the baseball game. So he was more like having a night out than being a night watchman in the traditional sense. And that is a tradition. This is an opposition that has challenged tradition. This is an opposition that in recent times has got to some mind-boggling targets and have won games. So India clearly in the driver's seat. I know England have had some great wins recently, but none in India. So they know it's going to be tough, but Rohit Sharma will be anxious for sure.
Yeah, just to highlight the extent of the mountain that England are chasing in terms of history. Never has a visiting side scored 300 in the fourth innings of a test in India in any cause, lose, win, draw. So they are chasing the unthinkable. But is 399, given how you've seen the surface play so far, is 399 as unthinkable as we may think it to be generally in tests in India?
No, this is not as unthinkable, and that is really the only answer that I can give. Just to elaborate, the pitch has something to do with it. The opposition and the kind of batting depth now, which goes to number 7. Ben Stokes will bat at number 7, plus the fact that Ashwin Jadeja aren't playing together. So it will need India to have Bumrah bowl like he did in the first innings. But as I said, not unthinkable.
So then, in the context of that, Sanjay, did India let vital runs go in their batting effort in the second innings, given the wicket was as placid and the opposition attack had as much inexperience in it?
Yeah, just by maybe failures, not so much approach, just batters not getting enough runs. Rohit Sharma not getting enough runs. Yashasvi Jaiswal not carrying on his form in the second inning. That's too much to expect. But you've got this new batting in transition, few guys out of form. Shreyas Iyer playing that shot, which was his way of trying to cash in. But the objective of Shreyas Iyer was to compile big enough innings. And then down the order as well, Patidar failed. KS Bharat in the way that he got out. Kuldeep Yadav, I wish the coach has a stern word with him, because in such cases, with the kind of opposition that you have, you can't be looking to play that shot and getting out. Bumrah did that in the last test, but look at how he changed his approach. So India could have batted better, but it's something that we all have come to terms with. This is an Indian team that is in batting transition, and that is why you think maybe. I mean, again, I repeat, India in the driver's seat, but England may just have a little scent of win that they'll keep close to themselves.
Right. Let's focus on that Indian batting effort now, shall we? That India got till where they got to, that they posted 399 as the target, was down largely to Shubman Gill. A century after having gone through this string of low scores that had been dissected so much in recent months. He did start tentatively, Sanjay. A few things that could have gone the other way at the start of his innings, but after that, something seemed to switch. What happened there?
Well, I said this on social media as well, that the bowling was not going to be a challenge for the class of Shubman Gill. Starting off has been a problem for him, whether it was in South Africa or against the English spinners. And he needed a little bit of luck, and that happened with that Jimmy Anderson leg before. Chris Gaffney could have gone either way, but he said not out, and that saved Shubman Gill. But what's really impressive about Shubman Gill was the fact that once he got to his 50, it was like, there was a token acknowledgement of the applause, and he was thinking big. Now, when you're out of form, and you're actually looking at your place being in doubt, whether you'll get the next test match with Virat Kohli, K. Rahul likely to come back. That fear is always there. And once you get a 50, there's a feeling of, what, I may play the next test match. I saved my career for the moment. And you might just relax a little bit. Nothing of the kind. He went on to get a very controlled 100. And that is what was impressive. And that is why you feel, Shubman Gill, as to why we've all been very excited that once he got a 50, he made that count. And India needed somebody to get a big score, and he did.
Yeah, and two key partnerships that Gill featured in 81 with Shreyas Iyer, 89 with Akshar Patel. The second one in particular, Sanjay, key to India's progress in the second innings, because at 122 for 4, England might have imagined that a few wickets here and that potential target, you could have been looking at something maybe under 330.
Yeah, a quick mention also on Shreyas Iyer and Shubman Gill's partnership. Watching them in the morning session, both guys under tremendous pressure. That is the kind of pressure that you can't really equate with anything else in your career, where you wonder whether this is the last innings for you. For a while, you're playing for a place in the side. The pressure is immense. And both these young batters showed a lot of character. Unfortunately, Shreyas Iyer wasn't able to get a big score, but I was really impressed with the kind of determination these guys showed. Akshar Patel is a gift to have as a pure left arm spinner who will walk in. If India has, if Jadeja isn't available, he'll come in as a pure left arm spinner, but has this beautiful batting talent, calm batting mind, excellent technique against pace bowlers and spinners, and his partnership with Shubman Gill was extremely important. And maybe day 4 we'll find out why.
From an English bowling perspective, their spinners, we felt their lengths. You saw the pitch map come up on the broadcast quite often, and the length seemed quite erratic. Just a function simply of the inexperience in the ranks.
Yes, I have only admiration for these three guys because they're on their first trip to India and playing against, homegrown Indian batters. They're a little fortunate that we have three young batters trying to make a career and starting off the Test career. So there is a little bit of relief with that aspect of Indian batting. Had they been confronted with the batting that we had at the past, where you had three or four guys who have played more than 100 test matches or more than 80 test matches, things would have been difficult. But, hats off to Hartley, Rehan Ahmed, Bashir for, striving to make an impact. I think there is something there with Rehan Ahmed. Hartley has to get a little more accurate. I think he's one of the three spinners, the only of the three who tends to bowl a lot of loose balls. Bashir has got a nice simple action, nice height, maybe a little more potency of the pitch is something that he'll work at. But that has to be put down to how much cricket they've played. So you can't be too critical about their lengths and the other factors.
Yeah, and perhaps further credit to England for the fact that this was a day where Ben Stokes' hand was also forced, with Joe Root being off the field for large parts of that Indian second innings with a finger injury. Let's set our attention to the fourth day then, shall we, Sanjay? Likely to be the last day, you'd imagine, given the way England go about their batting one way or the other. How do India go about their bowling plans, their pursuit of defending this total on a pitch which is not as devilish as we expect Indian pitches to be against this kind of batting attack?
We talk about moments in Test cricket, and that wicket of Ben Duckett from Ravichandran Ashwin was one of the moments because he looked good. He is a man who is high on confidence, and Ashwin getting that wicket was important for India because now his tail will be up. Bowl Ashwin as much as you can in the first 50 overs while the ball is hard. And that is where you'll get the best of Ashwin. Akshar Patel has to bowl better than he's done so far in the series. And because of his round arm action, he might actually be useful on this pitch where some of the balls might just come back in. The odd ball might turn. Kuldeep Yadav has bowled well in the first inning, but like Jimmy Anderson for England, finally India will be looking towards Bumrah to get the crucial wickets. So, yeah, that is how India have got to go. But they can't be expecting Bumrah to bail them out this time. They've got to have some support from one of the two, either Ashwin or Akshay.
But the stage is set then for what should be an absorbing 4 days action. Look forward to your company then, Sanjay. Only
Pleasure.
once has 300 plus been successfully chased down in a men's test in India. Only 5 times has 300 even been crossed in the fourth innings, and never by a visiting side. But in the baseball era, England, chasing 250 plus totals, have won 5 out of 7 times. Which way will this one go then?